Oh, hello. I'm R.L. Stein. I write the Goosebumps books.
Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
So you just want to jump into the review because I have nothing to say because I came unprepared as normal. This is the girl that cried monster. We get a little backstory from our main girl of the day, Lucy, who likes to scare her little brother, Randy, unlike Noah and Tara from the first episode picking on their siblings. Lucy also spoils what happens to her later on, but don't worry, I'll save that for later, as Lucy tries to scare Randy again as he tries to get the ball by saying,
Randy, haven't you ever heard of the razor-toothed toe biter?
What do you mean, toe biter?
It got Becky and Lila next door.
Yes, Randy, don't you know about the toe biters? I have no idea what I'm doing, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. She fakes being attacked by the toe biters and is yelled by their mother.
How did all your toes grow back?
Haven't I asked you not to tell him monster stories?
Actually, the toe biter gave me back my toes because I promised to cut yours off and give them to him tonight.
No!
So her mother suggests her go bother the poor librarian as she flirts with the librarian and she picks Frankenstein. And for some reason the library gets offended after Lucy says she likes books with monsters because they're not real. It's like me getting offended for people not liking the shows that I like or hating the shows that I hate. Alright, so getting a little heated, so let's breathe in. Full House is not actually really funny, people just have it as background noise. And out. Don't we all feel better about knowing the truth? And the hard truth? Lucy begins to walk home with her friend as she realizes she forgot her roller skates. And as she goes to get them, she sees the librarian has a couple of spiders.
Oh, aren't you hungry? Munch, munch.
He begins to eat some crickets as well, leading him to turn into a monster. I never knew the human version of Gary from SpongeBob would look like this. It's truly terrifying. Lucy runs home telling everyone at home, as of course they don't believe her.
Oh, I hope this monster thing was just a phase you were going through.
Life is a phase I'm going through.
Shit, dog, that's deep.
Larry, you're making them too big.
I happen to like big meatballs.
Meatballs. She goes back the next day as she tries to get him to admit that he's a monster with no luck, but she pretends to leave where he begins to turn into a monster again. She snaps a picture of him and runs home, calling her friend, telling him what she saw. Her friends bring up a good point, though. She left her library card there, so he knows where she lives, so he could be there at any moment. And right in cue, there he is. He tries everything he can to have her open the door to let him in, as she's not falling for it. He finally gives up after some time, leaving her bag and just walks away. Could have done this at night, or, I don't know, kill/eat her now. Her parents arrive home as she tries to tell them about the librarian, and they don't believe her. She begs them to take her and get the photos printed as they give in.
I knew it!
Let's go!
So the parents invite the librarian over. Back at home, Lucy finds out that he's actually a vampire because he's not on the screen, or she's a shitty photographer. So the librarian arrives, and all seems to be going well.
Offer Mr. Mortman a meatball.
Excuse me, what?
So to run down this little cringe fest, what ends up happening is that the librarian asks what's for dinner as the dad says you. They laugh and then they eat him. They're snake-like beings and they basically tell the kids that they're monsters as well. And that they didn't believe Lucy because they were the only monsters in town for 20 years. And that no one was supposed to know about them. So we kill the snail version of Hannibal Lecter? What does that make us? A cannibal family. Now eat your eye or your mother will eat it. They see what looks like another monster and wouldn't you know it, it's actually Lucy's friend. And they have a good laugh and that's pretty much the end. So up next is another 2-part series. See, I told you it happens more than you think. And with that being said, Reed, you got anything for us? Fuck off. Up next is Welcome to Camp Nightmare. Literally Go fuck yourself. So the short bus, no, I mean a literal short, god damn it. God damn it. Oh god damn it, no. The bus stops as the kids get confused as they're supposed to be going to Camp Night Moon, as the bus driver throws their stuff out and just takes off. So who wants to be the first one to die? I call the main character just because he has a more fleshed out personality. They begin to freak out as something seems to be getting closer, but we don't get to see what or why it is after them, as an explosion of the camp counselor, Uncle Al, as he begins to take them to the camp as the girl and boys are soon split. Some rules are laid down. No leaving at night, no sneaking anywhere, lights out by 9, and oh yeah, write your parents every day.
What's that, Uncle Al?
The forbidden bunk.
Why is it called the forbidden bunk?
Because it's forbidden. So stay clear.
Fair point. The boys begin to settle down as something pretty scary happens.
He bit me! He bit me!
Grab one end. Of the snake?
It's terrifying, right? That's what I thought. They get to help the poor kid as Dick Camp Counselor Larry comes in complaining about the bed sheet that was clean and giving an attitude. Can we bring back the snake to kill him? I mean, I know it's not poisonous or anything, but I'm sure it could kill him.
Mike, it bit Mike.
Oh, man, get that out of my face. I just ate. Go wash it off. I think maybe I got a bandage.
Hey.
A bandage? Well, we gotta get the poison out. We gotta do something.
You think you know more than me? Now, the rest of you guys get ready. You got campfire at 1900.
I want to see the nurse.
What nurse?
There's no nurse?
No. What do you think? Uncle Al runs a camp for wimps? Now, wash the baby's arm, then wrap it. He'll be fine.
So, let me get this straight. There is no nurse here, and it's the middle of the woods. By all means, is there supposed to be a nurse or someone who knows how to take care of a wound like this, especially since it's a kid who believes it's a poisonous snake and he's not getting better, and all you care about is the campfire at 1900. At the campfire, the kid who was bitten by the snake is actually not doing too well as the saber watches. Our main guy, Billy, gets called out by the counselor as the talking during the camp song. Again, everything but the well-being of the campers is our priority. The counselor reassures him that he's going to be fine and apologizes to Billy. They decide to head to the forbidden bunk with lights on. Great. And they go inside, only for it to be the next day. What? You built him up? You built Saber up like he's this big, massive thing, and then you're like, psych, let's cut the pedo stash over here. Billy goes down and sees the kid who was bitten by the snake is no longer there, and so is his stuff that seemed to have vanished in thin air. Billy goes out to the day fog, calling his name only to find his wraps in a generic upset person telling him to go back and get breakfast. Billy and the loser squad, they technically are, and Eddie just got killed. Larry is still in a pissy mood and wouldn't tell them anything, as they literally go to eat. Larry's like, yeah, time for some baseball, and they go and do that, but it doesn't go all right. Jesus, dude, you killed the cool kid. Billy writes to his parents. The guy said every day, and it's, day 2? Fun fact, the kid Roger on the right there is actually the voice actor for Hawkeye and Sailor Moon.
Come on, Billy. Let's break some rules.
Oh, it's your fault and you know it. Quit trying to pass the blame on someone else.
How random. Billy wakes after the house talked and runs to the forbidden cabin as one of the boys as they go back to Colin, who says Saber is coming and he's hungry. Honestly, same. I can go for some nuggets right now. They get inside their cabin and who else but Larry comes over and yells at them for only being out of their tent, but also going to the forbidden bunk.
Everyone was screaming.
Shut up. Real sick joke, guys. But save it for talent night.
As they say Saber's out there, but Larry isn't having it. They decide to take turns keeping watch as Billy watches first as Saber roams around roaring a storm. They get out to find Uncle Al. It turns out Uncle Al ain't there. Larry's in charge. Whoever said that was a good idea should have been fired because he nearly killed a kid yesterday. They head to the lake as Billy makes a quick pit stop to the phone where it doesn't seem like it's gonna work and Uncle Al catches him. But I thought you weren't here, Uncle Al. Uncle Al tells Billy that there are no real phones and there's nothing for miles. As for Roger, well, he doesn't exist anymore. Maine. Billy goes to find the boys, telling them that there is no Roger, as Larry yells at them for not wearing life vests and gets ready because they fall trying to catch the life preserver, as Colin begins to freak out and go under, as Jake does too. Larry tries to stop Billy, but somehow gets in the lake, and Larry literally runs away, leaving the boys to drown. Sadly, Billy can't find the boys and runs into the woods. And I'm just remembering this now, but everyone's supposed to be at this lake. So where the hell did everyone go? Because there's just the two kids, the counselor dude, and then our main guy. So it's like, where'd everyone go? As Billy is running into the woods, Saber comes after him, looking into a mix between Bigfoot, a bear, and a werewolf. A big bear wolf of some sorts. Billy gets back to base as no one is there. As Billy goes around looking, he finds the letters from the missing campers that all come around to the forbidden bunk. Billy goes inside as it looks like the name says forbidden and full of hanging white rope. And guess who we see? Yeah, the girl Dawn for the first part. Nice seeing you here. Billy tells her that he's escaping as Dawn tells him she's run away and that the place is evil. They were all envelopes being stored away as soldiers, and some of the leftover campers are left in the house, where Billy goes to investigate. Larry and Uncle Al are dressed in camo and are acting like drill sergeants as the boys are giving crossbows to get Dawn back because she's a runaway. Billy points the crossbow at Uncle Al as everyone surrounds him. Even though a handful of them should actually have crossbows and should be pointing them at him, Uncle Al is shot, but in reality, Bill passed. Passed what? Well, let's good old Mom and Dad tell you.
What are you guys talking about?
This is not a summer camp, Billy. It's a government testing lab.
Oh, and it gets even better. Here's what they're testing for.
Better go get your things packed, Billy. Expedition leaves first thing in the morning.
Where are we going?
Very far away. A place called Earth.
Research tells us the aliens there are pretty dangerous and, unpredictable.
Let me get this straight. We have pretty damn good makeup, actors who, since they're kids, know how to act. We have a giant robot big bear wolf thing, and you can't, and I say this now, you can't figure out how to do a good green screen that doesn't make the Earth look like a giant green pile of shit. What movies came out at this time? Yeah, so no fucking excuse. Mind you, Apollo 13 came out, but no. So, what can I say about these two? You know, the monsters and the stories are good, actors are pretty good, and there is some cringe, yeah, but that's to be expected because, you know, it's kind of a teen kid movie, but it's with every show. There are cringe moments. So far, I'm actually digging a lot of these shows. So, what's up for next time? Well, I'll tell you. Let's go dig up some old Phantom auditions, and let's have us a good old show. Because, sooner or later, he might come and take you away to his fucking basement. I don't know what that is. In this school, I still don't know what it is. Is it a basement? Is it a bunker? What the hell is it? I don't know, but bye.